Modern-day society is changing every day with the development in science and technology. Things are constantly being replaced or eliminated in order to chase this human need of improving our standard of life. Even though this constant hunger to improve technology is blaringly evident, for example, look at the queues outside an Apple shop when you wait for a new iPhone. This is Mr. Tsai. This Beijing native, who is a huge collector of antique cameras and their lenses, has been interested in cameras since he was a boy. And like many other antique collectors, he prefers the human element of creating something rather than leaving it all up to the machines.
宇宙海利亚，这个宇宙海利亚呢，实际也是跟影友当中呢。
Out of all the lenses, I choose this one for the story behind it. It is called the Portrait King lens, and you can see it here. It has a soft focus ring. This was the lens used as the standard photo portrait lens for taking pictures of Mao Zedong and the 10 marshals. It was also used in Europe, South Korea, and other countries to take the official portraits of the royalty and government officials.
Here, Mr. Tai shows us a photo that he has taken and talks in detail about why it looks this way. As you can see here from where his finger is pointing, that the center of the picture is clear. But as we come to the outer parts, the picture starts to blur. He says this is due to the characteristics of a portrait lens combined with a printing technology called cyanotype, which involves ultraviolet light and platinum salts.
这个呢，我跟你说这个，这个头呢。
This lens is called the Collinear 447mm. It can be used in the 8x10 or 8x20 large format camera. We got this completely by accident when my son, who was studying in the United States, went to an old camera shop. The store clerk said he hadn't had any customers in the past 2 months. My son was looking around the shop and found this behind a sofa and picked it up. He found engravings on it that read Collinear. We're still surprised to find this size of this brand. It's a rare lens.
Mr. Tai said that when they found the lens behind the sofa, it had a price tag on it that read $700. But when asking the clerk about purchasing it, he said he'd never seen it before in his 28 years of working there. When trying to purchase the lens, it didn't read on the computer, adding to the mystery of it. But in the end, the clerk sold it to them for the original price of $700 and took a picture in good measure, just in case the owner didn't believe him. Now with this lens back home, Mr. Tai shows us some pictures that he took with this lens and says the colors are outstanding. Take a look at this rose and see how bright and spirited the picture looks. It is so detailed, it looks lifelike.
我这张照片呢，是我在去
I took this photo when I was in Vietnam, in Ha Long Bay during the summer. It was a cloudy evening, and the sun was breaking through at the right time. I knew I would not get the opportunity later, so I grabbed my Phase 1 camera and ran out the door. I hit the door frame with my arm and cut it badly. I was bleeding badly when I started shooting the scene. I stopped when I thought I had enough. Then this ship passed by, and I got this shot. Out of the 36 photos I took, this is the only one I put on the wall.
In addition to his heroic stories, Mr. Tai has had his fair share of embarrassing ones too. When using this old-style camera, there is a big film board which he is showing us that goes in the back of the camera. When wanting to take a picture, you have to take one of these boards out and it will capture the picture on the second board. However, one day he pulls the wrong board out and ended up with a non-image. Now, in modern day times, we can go back and delete, but with these cameras, you waste the whole film as it is already exposed. Whoops. In another moment of lapsed judgment, he had successfully taken a picture. However, when he was meant to swap the film around, he accidentally left it in and ended up taking 2 photos on the same film, and the image was wasted. When walking around Mr. Tai's workshop, we can see that he really is an avid collector, as he has many other classic large format lenses from different brand names from all corners of the globe. Just being here with him, you get a sense of how photos were taken a long time ago. And as we see how happy he is in his element, we hope we aren't taking the art of photography for granted.